You clicked on this video to learn how to make turkey albondigas Mexican meatball soup. Let's make it real quick. Here's what you're gonna need. 6 Yukon Gold potatoes, 4 carrots, half an onion, half a head of cabbage, 2 extremely large zucchinis, 1 pound of 93.7 turkey, 32 ounces of chicken broth. This is homemade one that I made. 1 bag of bean sprouts. Step 1, chop everything up. With some cooking show magic, bang. We got our veggies chopped up. We got the potatoes, the carrots, the onion, the zucchini, the cabbage. Bean sprouts don't gotta get chopped up. But what your goal is, you wanna have these about the same size, all of them, so that they cook evenly. Carrots and the potato, same size. The cabbage bits, right around the same size. I usually go for just like little squares. That way it's easier for everything to be cooked at the same time. All right, next step is we're gonna get the potatoes and the carrots cooking with the broth first because they take the longest to cook. So let's throw them in here. You could use your hands and take 3 trips, or you could use a plate and do 1 trip. Potatoes go in there. Now the carrots. We're also gonna throw the onion in there now because it doesn't really matter how long it cooks and it can be building flavor the entire time. Let's go put this on the burner. Insert clip of burner music here.
I rhyme and I trap. I just made a new strain. Now the price is right back.
We're gonna put it on low because this is a soup. You always want to cook soups on low because it's easier to build the flavors. The meat comes out more tender if you cook it on low. You want to go in there with your chicken stock now. You can use chicken stock out of a box. I make my own chicken stock using some chicken thighs, water, garlic, and salt. I make this when I make my meal preps for the week. You just let it sit in the pot cooking and then you come out with this broth. It's super gelatinous, so it's really, really good. A lot of collagen, absolutely delicious. To make this soup taste banging. I'm gonna poke a hole in the layer of the fat on top so it comes out. See how gelatinous it is? It's all collagen. In my personal opinion, it's a lot better than the stuff in the box. I don't judge. I'm sure it'll come out great with the box stuff too. This is what it looks like right now. The broth is gonna melt and become this rich, velvety liquid. And the potatoes, carrots, and the onions are all gonna cook down as this gets hotter. Once it's cooked down, I'm gonna put a fork through one of the potatoes, and if it feels tender enough, then it will be time to put the zucchini and the cabbage and bean sprouts in. For now, let's let it cook. And in the meantime, let's get started on the meatballs. Before we make the meatballs, do an eye test on your liquid level in the soup. If it looks like it's too low like this, it looks like it's a little low, you can add extra chicken broth, or I'm gonna do a little bit of water because I don't have any more chicken broth. 2 cups of water, there. Now there's a little bit more water level. Some of that liquid is gonna evaporate during the cooking process of the veggies. You wanna make sure that it's not too low. Now that we added the 2 cups of water, let's make the meatballs. All right, to make the albondigas, or Spanish for meatballs, we're gonna take our 93.7 turkey. Super easy seasoning. We're gonna go garlic, salt. Measure with your heart. I like a good amount. Important, chicken bouillon powder. This is what gives your meatballs the Mexican-y flavor. This one you do wanna go a little bit more light on because it's super concentrated. It's about good. Last ingredient is some fresh ground black pepper. And that's it. Normal albondigas have rice in them because that makes them stick together. I have found out that if you make the meatballs small enough, they won't break on you in the soup. No egg, no rice, no binder. We're just gonna mix this up. And mix it up with your hands. You're at your house. You don't gotta put gloves on. You don't gotta use a spoon. Use your hands. Once it's well incorporated like this, you're gonna shape your meatballs out. I take a little pinch, about that much. We're gonna roll it. Little pinch, roll it. Making the meatballs smaller will allow them to cook faster. It will allow you to have more meatballs in your soup, so you're not having leftovers the second day with no meatballs in it. And overall, I just think they cook more evenly than if you have huge meatballs in there. Just keep pinching. I'm gonna finish up making the rest of these meatballs. We'll be right back. Since I don't have ads on my videos, this is a commercial for the Jorje Gets Fit YouTube channel. I am trying to get monetized before YouTube changes their requirements on February 1st. So if you could do me a favor, go check out the other videos. I have a bunch on the channel already. I actually have a playlist called Let Jorje Cook, making some awesome meals, cracking a few jokes. If this interests you at all, please go check it out and help a small supporter like me. Welcome back. Here's what our finalized meatballs look like. Since they're not ready to go in the broth yet because the potatoes and carrots are still cooking, I'm gonna throw them in the fridge so that they stay cool. It will be easier for them to stay intact if they're a bit cooler than room temperature. Put them in the fridge. All right, it's in about 20 minutes. Let's check on the tenderness of the veggies that we started cooking earlier. I'm gonna do a spoon test on one of these potatoes here. Yeah, so they're ready to go. Time to put more stuff in here. All of the cabbage, half a head of cabbage. Make sure you drop some outside of the pot so that you have to then do it manually. Now the reason we don't want to fill up the pot with liquid is because cabbage and zucchini both have liquid. As they start to cook down, there will be more liquid in the pot. Zucchini and the bean sprouts. Try and get it all in there. And trust the process. This is going to cook down. There will be space for the meatballs. Mix it in. Get everything in there. Make sure you spill some. Don't spill some, it's not going to come out right. Press it down, press it down. Put the lid back on that. We're going to let it go about 5 to 10 more minutes to let the cabbage, zucchini, and bean sprouts release their water, get cooked down. And we'll throw the meatballs in there. And then we'll be pretty much almost set. In a few more minutes, like 10, and now you can see that the water level is starting to come up. That means that the cabbage and zucchini have given up their liquid. One last thing we're going to add before the meatballs that I did forget to mention on the ingredients list. 1 small container of tomato sauce. You can use any type of tomato sauce you want. I like the Mexican style one because I'm Mexican. I'm going to pour that in. It's going to give us a beautiful color on the broth. It's going to give us additional flavor. And overall, just makes it more banging. Pour that in. It's going to combine with the broth and everything. You can for sure skip this if you want to, if you're not a huge fan of tomato flavor. But I think it gives it such a nice additional flavor on top of the chicken broth. It just makes it look better. It makes it look like a more colorful soup. All right, that's all mixed up and looking good. Let's add our meatballs real quick. And we're gonna go our turkey albondigas, one at a time so they don't get messed up. That's what the meatballs look like inside the pot. Wouldn't do too much mixing so it doesn't mess up the structure of the meatballs. You kind of want to leave it like that. But the hot liquid and veg and everything is going to make them perfectly cooked. Put the lid on this. Cook it about 10 to 12 more minutes and then we should be good to go. All right, so about 10 minutes and here is the final product. Bang. Let's get a little meatball. They look perfectly done. Let's cut it in half just to make sure that we got no red in there. Look at that. Perfect. Now, even if you made bigger meatballs and they're not done, I would still cut off the heat now. Just leave the lid closed on like that because the residual heat will finish cooking the meatballs for you. I'm gonna let it sit for like 10 minutes, let the flavors incorporate a little more, and then we'll plate it up. All right, let's plate it up. And bang, we got a little turkey albondigas soup. You got all your veggies, you got your turkey albondigas. Let's get a little bite. Try and get some veggie, try and get some meatball. This is also super low calorie. You could probably have more than one bowl and it won't be that much. Healthy, low calorie, no oils used. Got some potato, we got some albondiga, we got some carrot and some bean sprouts and a little bit of broth. It hits every time. It hits every time. 10 out of 10, no notes. Make it for yourself, make it for your family, make it for your weekly meal prep. Let me know in the comments how it comes out. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.